Hey everyone, recently bought myself a LEER 100XR cap for my Dodge Ram 1500 2014. I have added in some auxiliary floodlights and some interior LED strips, and I figured I would show off the install and wiring I've done. It was relatively cheap and simple, just time consuming. So my wiring starts up front at the battery with the positive terminal. I have this orange wire tightened down here. It immediately goes into a 5 amp fuse that I have wired in there. I've got a bit extra wiring there though, so I need to deal with that, but it goes into this orange cord, which I have fed underneath the truck way down to the frame. The wiring comes down here with some other existing wiring harnesses, and I've got it zip tied all the way along to the rear end of the truck. The orange wire comes up here and turns into my yellow wire. I threw in a disconnect here, which I later realized I did not need, but the yellow wire then simply feeds up into the brake light and comes out in the box and goes into my trailer brake extension. This piece here is a simple 4-foot trailer brake extension I bought from Princess Auto. It's designed to have the 4 wires, but I just snipped the extra one off as it's not needed. I also snipped the other end of the wires off as I could wire everything in directly without the need of the adapter. In terms of grounding everything, we've got the white wire off the LEER cap here. Goes through the adapter into another white wire, which I've put into behind my brake light. It comes down here into a little rat's nest, which I need to shorten up, and it clamps into the existing bolt on the truck. I just added another nut, clamped it in there tight, and it works as a perfectly fine ground. These off-road floodlights were extremely easy to install. Using the existing bolts from the hinge on the window, it can just go right in there. I just added another nut, tightened it. I think it was a 1/4 inch nut, but I can't be sure. And they're tight, they're not going anywhere. The driver's side floodlight heads into this green wire on the positive side of things and comes all the way down here into this switch. I need to get myself a better switch, as you do not need one with the LED inside. Need some new wiring there, but anyways, it simply goes down into this red wire and is spliced in. I definitely need to fix this switch if everything's going to be like that. The passenger side floodlight simply goes through the weather stripping to these 2 cords right here. The yellow one is the positive, and it is simply spliced into this green wire I've just mentioned, and that is all that needs to be done there. In terms of ground, on the driver's side we have this black wire, which comes all the way down here and is eventually spliced right into the ground wire on the adapter. The passenger side is the same thing, comes across into this brown wire, which gets spliced into the driver's side, black one right there, and that is all that was needed. They are both hooked up in sync and on the same circuit with this one switch. The LED strips were extremely easy to install. They simply have a 3M adhesive on the back side that sticks to the roof. It was very strong, as I had to take it off at one point to straighten it out, put it back on, and there's no sign of it weakening at all. In terms of wiring these strips into everything, they each have their own cord that then comes down here into what is the rat's nest of cord. It comes with its own fuse and switch, which is extremely nice. It has the adhesive on the back as well. I have simply spliced that into the same power cord as the floodlights on this side of the switch so they can work independent of each other. That cord simply is once again spliced into the red power cord, and that's that. The ground, not sure where it is in my mess of cable here, it's a smaller one, or the same harness that comes with the kit. It's just spliced into the same ground as what's on the LEER cap. I'm very impressed with the brightness of the floodlights considering their price point. I can't talk to their longevity yet, but they seem pretty sound and waterproof, and wiring seems pretty good coming out of the light. Easily lights up the back of your truck and surrounding area. The LED strips are possibly too bright, but I can't attest to that quite yet. They easily light up the inside of your box. These ones were made to simply go right here, but being the right length, they fit in perfectly with the cap. Turn those floodlights on as well. Extremely bright, would highly recommend. Pretty fun project overall. Took me an afternoon to install and wire in everything. I was also learning as I went. Thanks for watching.